Alright, good morning everyone. Here we are, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and we're flying NeoFly here. So we are going to accept this mission. It's a regular passenger mission to Florenceville, Canada, and we are departing from southern Maine, flying northeast, 181 nautical miles here, so not too bad, in the direction of 10. So we got 4 passengers here. We're going to go ahead and accept that mission and then get everything going here. So appreciate you tuning in, appreciate the love and support as always. Can we hit this and go to more? Go to sim brief. These were recent flights. We go to dashboard. Yeah, we got the flight out there. Let's see what we got. Can we link this flight to... CCR3. This is it. Alright, import route. Can we do that? Plan has been imported. Alright, so we got it. That is pretty neat. So we got this scheduled for 3:40 Eastern Time. It's 7:40 UTC here. We'll go ahead and view that PDF here and get this thing on the ground. So it's going to be a live time,
Hello,
live weather.
Nice to see you again. Transporter from dispatch. It is passenger mission waiting for you. The boarding will start as soon as you are at the boarding parking. Pilot from dispatch. Boarding passenger. Please stand by.
Alright, we are ready to fly here. Alright, so we are... in... Let's go ahead and adjust our time here, only because...
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
I think we want some visuals here for our friend up in Belgium. Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna remove all types of covers and stuff on the plane. Hopefully. Oh, I know we gotta release these straps, that's for sure. There we go. Now, we might have one more. Oh, we definitely got this one. We might have another one. Is there a static cover on a fuel tank? Let's go ahead and check out this Cessna CJ4 up close as we are in a parking spot. Alright, I think we are good and ready to go here. So go ahead and grab a thumbnail here. As we're on the ground. And then we'll get everything up and going here. Go ahead and enter into the cockpit. We'll get everything loaded up here.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Kilo Bravo X-ray, Mike traffic Cessna November, 1136, 1 is taxiing to runway 1R.
Alright, taxiing to runway 1R. There we have it. Alright, so runway 1R. Let's go ahead and see where we're looking here. Alright, so we're going to go out. We'll make a left-hand turn. Pretty good. First and foremost, we get our taxi lights on here. We'll notify all passengers. Of their seatbelt and safety instructions here. Alright, we'll zigzag through. Head down to runway 1 right. Stop right before the runway here. will say departure to the north or remain or straight out.
Kilo Bravo X-ray, Mike traffic Cessna November, 11361 taking off runway 1, are departing straight out.
So our wings, we gotta find the pitot heat. That's standby frequency. We will find that shortly. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and take off here. We are gonna adjust a few things. Altitude about 4,100 feet. And we'll start with that. So, all right, good enough. We got everything going good for us here. So. Flaps are good. We'll get the pitot heat going. It's not necessary for takeoff.
Pilot, have a nice flight.
Alright. There you go. Everything's looking good for takeoff. I think we have to go that high. Alright, we're just going to watch our speed so that we don't spook our passengers. Cover. There we go. We got one. We got two. Emergency lights are not arms. We can deal with that later. Alright, so let's see. So we're departing from Brunswick Executive Airport, KBXM, and we're going to be flying 181 nautical miles here, going to Florenceville, Canada. So, and the airport is CCR3 is where we're headed to. We're going to go ahead and bring up our map here. That's loading up. Here is Sim Brief. And we can view the flight here. So we're going to be heading this way to the right and then up and off there to the right. And headed up to New Brunswick. Ah, that's ironic. So we're leaving Brunswick and we're headed up to New Brunswick. Did not play that out intentionally, but that's it. So local time 3:53. We were probably just a couple of minutes late here on the takeoff, but that's all right. And if we bring up our flight plan that we loaded in, it should be this. Does look like it is. That's heading. Good enough there. Kind of curious if we put on nav mode here on how that's going to play out. Should bank to the right. And a nice sunset going there off to the west. Coming up to Lakeside Marina here. Alright, we got green. We can go ahead and retract our landing gear. We'll reduce our throttle down to about 63.
Altitude.
So we don't top off there. Increase the throttle a little bit just to get up to our 6,300 feet. And then we'll pull back. All right, 61, 62, leveling out here. .63 airspeed at 215 is good. We'll go ahead and bring up NeoFly here. So we're currently sitting at 8.2, almost 8.3 million. Our passengers are good. Let's see. Our safety lights we can go ahead and turn off. So passengers can roam about in the cabin. And we'll go ahead and get Camille serving a drink there, and that'll increase their happiness. So 4 passengers here today. Again, headed over to CCR3. And if we bring up our map here, we're going to go to CCR3. We're going to check out the airport. Let's see what runway we're landing in. Runway 36. should be making a right-hand turn here coming up soon. In the meantime, here's our nav map here. This is the airport, so only one runway on this airport. Doesn't look like there's a tower. Parking, have no idea where that... Oh, there's parking down here. So that's good. That's on the opposite end of the runway because we're going to be landing in runway number 36. So a bit of a farm right by the St. John River in Florenceville/Bristol. And the runway sits at 5,383 feet. So asphalt runway, we'll see if we make our right-hand turn here as our plan has been intended. Let's see what the sunrise looks like from the exterior here as we level out. Not too bad. Maybe get some cabin lighting going on here so we can see the dashboard a little better. Alright, do not think we need our taxi lights anymore. Just seeing what all the other buttons are here. We got some de-icing. Flip the emergency lights, that gets that off. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good here. Alright, flight speed at 206. Fuel's at 43%. We're looking pretty good here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can contact an approach.
Cessna November 11361 is type Cessna CJ4, C2 miles east of 49er Mike Echo 6,300 feet. Request flight following. Cessna November 11361 approach. Squawk 0053. Squawk 0053 Cessna Tree 61. Cessna Tree 61 radar contact 3 miles east of 1 Mike Echo 2 6,400 feet. Altimeter tree 0. 07.
Alright, it's pretty up there. You got a high pressure, it seems. 30.07.
Roger, Cessna Tree 61.
It's about 1018 in millibars, so we're going to go ahead and adjust that. Currently sitting at 13. Alright, so there you go. Got that all adjusted, so we are matching to the pressure that's outside.
Altitude.
And then let's go ahead and adjust our altitude to 5,500.
Altitude.
Reduce our throttle, that'll drop. Increase our throttle once again to about 63% on the throttles. It seems to be a good point to maintain a nice healthy cruise speed. Alright, so once again, departing from Brunswick Executive Airport over in Brunswick, Maine, we are going to head over to New Brunswick, Canada, and we're going to be headed over to Florenceville Airport over in Florenceville-Bristol, Canada. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Of course, we got the sunset off to our, sunset off to our left there. And everything's looking pretty good here. Let's see where we're at now. So cabin is 99%. Everything is good. Camille finished her flight distribution. Our landing lights. I keep forgetting. I thought that was just going to be on the landing, not actually the takeoff. So we didn't have those on. But that's okay. See how Hurricane is doing here.
61, contact Bangor approach on 118. 925. Good day. 118. 925 Cessna Tree 61.
Acknowledging the handoff there, and then it froze up. But so Hurricane looks like their ETA is 5:17 a.m. and they're headed up over to Beaver Island here, just off of Michigan. So they should have a nice, interesting flight over by Lake Michigan. And then Snoop is landing at 4:26 a.m. over in Denmark. They got a VIP mission. Not too bad there. Pretty much by our friend over in Belgium there, so they're not too far away. Looks like they're departing from this airport here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. And yeah, so headed up towards Denmark there for Snoop. Very good. We're going to go back to our flight here, CCR3. So this says the longest runway is 5,383, and that is correct. Alright, so we're coming up to Ring Hill here. Sun's setting a little bit, losing some light. Should be making a right hand or a left hand turn here as we finish the last part of our flight. Alright, let's see what city this is that we're flying up to. I do have a runway there. That's Bangor International. Bringing up our map here. This is what we're looking at. This is Brewer, South Brewer. No idea what state we're in. I guess we're still in Maine here. Yeah, dead center Maine. Go ahead and take a look at that town here. Very neat as we pass over Bangor International Airport there, less than 5 miles out. Might actually make for a good thumbnail. We got Lucky Landing Marina and Double A. Nice. Northern Light Eastern Marine Medical Center, or Eastern Maine Medical Center. It does seem like we lost GPS here, so we're going to go ahead, turn on our heading. And we'll adjust more to the north here. see how long we got left to go. Got 103 nautical miles to the destination, 98 miles to the top of our descent. Go ahead and adjust our time just a little bit here so that we can see some of these trees. Alright, and this road right here is Interstate 95 that goes up and down the East Coast. Coming up to the town of Burlington or Enfield, and we're going to be passing by Springfield. It looks like they're wanting a drink, so we'll go ahead and send Camille out there for that. I think right up here is going to be Lincoln, Maine. Nice, there's Buzzport. Kind of curious if we can tap into GPS mode again. Nope, not so much. So no connection out here in northern Maine. Alright, cruise speed is at 207. Let's go ahead and test the limits here. Pretty sure the red mark is like 240, I thought. Looks like 260 is the red mark there to spook the passengers. So if we do 75%, we'll see what we get up to here. To 44. Pull that back just a touch here. Alright, so we're looking at 66 nautical miles to go. And we've already passed over the highest points. Looks like the runway sits at just under 500 feet.
Boston Center, Cessna November, 11 tree, 615,500 feet.
Cessna November, 11 tree, 61 Boston Center, altimeter tree 0. 06 radar contact continue.
Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We're gonna do episode number 74 here for our NeoFly career. We're departing from Brunswick Executive Airport. With our destination being Florenceville Airport. And that's Florenceville-Bristol, Canada. Currently sitting at, we'll say 8.3 million. We're flying the Cessna CJ4 here. So I think we got our description going for the YouTube video. Alright, stretch out here. Early morning.
Cessna Tree 61, contact Boston Center on 12025. Good day.
12025 Cessna Tree 61. Boston Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 615,500 feet.
Cessna November 11 Tree 61 Boston Center, altimeter tree 004, radar contact continue.
Alright, 30.04 is about 117 or 1017. There we go. Adjust our barometric pressure. And how are we sitting here? 40 nautical miles to the top of our descent, so we are getting super close, ladies and gentlemen. We bring over our nav map here. There's our destination airport, CCR3, Florenceville. coffee has run dry here, so we're gonna have to refill that after this. Go ahead and open up Photoshop. Or are we looking at episode 74? Yeah, we're looking at episode 74 here. Go ahead and adjust here. So we left Brunswick, Maine, and we're going over to Florenceville. Should we spell it out? Canada. Slide that down just a little bit here. Make that a little bit better. Alright, so we'll export that to episode number 74. Oh, we didn't put in the picture. So NeoFly thumbnail 74. We gotta resave this. Now we can do this. There we go. Now we can export that. And we can close that up and we'll save it. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got our thumbnail and our description all done. Oh, nice. I did have that right in the description. Episode number 74. Alright, and we are coming up pretty close here. 24 nautical miles to the top of our descent. 29 to the airport. I believe this river here is the crossover to Canada. So like this line here, Canada, United States, goes straight up. There is the crossover between country lines here. So just on the edge of Canada is where we're headed. I'll bring up NeoFly. Everybody's looking good at 100%. All we got to do is stick the landing. So we'll go ahead and adjust a few things here. We're going to turn on our seatbelt lights and our passenger safety lights, as well as our taxi and landing lights. And we're going to adjust our speed here down a little bit. We're going to get to just under 200 knots here for the airspeed so that we can deploy our landing gear as well as our 15 degrees of flaps. Looks like wind currently sits at 24 knots. That's this number right down here in pink. So hopefully that reduces a little bit as we reduce our elevation, which we'll go ahead and do. We're going to start with 2,500.
Cessna Tree, 6-1, contact Mountain Center on 124. Tree, good day.
We got 18 miles to go.
124. Tree Cessna Tree 61.
Cessna November 11 Tree, 61 Moncton Center, altimeter tree 0. 01 radar contact continue. Altitude.
Alright, coming up to 2,500 feet, leveling out. Wait for our speed to drop below 200, and then we're going to do landing gear and flaps. We're looking at 12.7 miles from the airport. Alright, 199. Let's do landing gear down. 15 degrees of flap. We'll increase our engine throttle. And we have crossed over the border here, so we are in Canada territory. We got green lights lit up this time, so we're looking good.
Autopilot.
We're going to turn autopilot off. That's our airport there, straight ahead. 9.5 miles out. Landing in runway number 36 here this morning. CCR3 Florenceville. Tune to traffic.
Kilo Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 500 feet broken. Temperature 1 tree C. Dew point 12 C. Altimeter tree 00499er. Kilo Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
Alright.
Ceiling 500
Not the
feet
time for that
Temperature,
weather thing
1
to be
tree C.
goofing up
Dew point 12 C. Altimeter tree 00499er.
as we come in for
Kilo Papa November,
our landing here.
automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Kilo Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 500 feet broken. Temperature 1 tree C.
Alright, we did not have time to adjust that malfunction on ATC.
Kilo Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition 500 feet scattered. Temperature 1 tree C.
So we'll just deal with it momentarily here. So I basically reduced our throttle down to idle 27%.
November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition 500 feet scattered. Temperature 1 tree C. Dew point 12 C. Altimeter tree 00529er. Kilo Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition 500 feet scattered. Temperature 1 tree C. Dew point 12 C. Altimeter tree 00529er.
We're looking good. Wind's actually 3
Kilo
knots.
Papa November, automated weather observation 0800 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition 500 feet scattered. Temperature 1 tree C. Dew point 12 C. Altimeter tree 00499er.
For a nice landing.
That wasn't the softest landing I've seen.
Alright, not too bad.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
Alright, so right here. We'll go ahead and go off to the left, and I try not to hit that lady. There you go. So we'll park right here, hit the parking brake, and we'll go ahead and flip our switches. And shut our engines down.
Okay, pilot. The guests are leaving the aircraft now.
So our landing was 227, so a little bit harder than I even like. 180 is sort of the threshold for a good landing.
Transporter. All the passengers have disembarked. Good job. See you soon.
So we'll see where we go from here. We'll accept another mission or two, maybe a little later on today. So appreciate you tuning in. Hope everybody enjoys their Monday morning here, and we'll see you on the next one.